Hello friends, you want mastering collection in C Sharp? So are you tired of only using basic arrays in C Sharp projects? C Sharp offers a powerful toolbox of collection types, each designed for a specific job. Using right one can make your code efficient and clean, while using wrong one can slow your application down. So in this video, we are going to break down of 5 most essential collection types in C Sharp framework that's called a list. So dynamic, ordered and collection. So dictionary, key value mapping, and HashSetT, unique items only. Queue and stack, FIFO and LIFO, first in first out, last in first out processing, and concurrent collection, thread safe for parallel tasks. So I'm going to talk about this. So let's start. List. What is a list? Say go to dynamic array. It's a list is a dynamic array. So first, first, this is probably the one you already use the most. Think of it as a super flexible array. So it is a super flexible array. It is a dynamic, meaning it can grow and shrink in size as you add and remove elements, unlike fixed array. So that is the benefit of list. It's a dynamic, so it can grow and shrink when we are trying to add and remove elements. It maintains order which you add items and you can access any items instantly using index. So it maintains that. So when however we add, it's going to maintain that order, and also we can able to access by using index. So here a quick look at the code. So I'm going to share right now. So you can see some example I can also show in Visual Studio. We declare a list like this. If you see, this is how we can declare it, and we can add a item A and B. Access first item using sequence brackets. So we can access items by using these brackets, square brackets, and then remove item by its value. So it is simple and effective and handles most basic use case well. So let me open Visual Studio. So I explained how to use Visual Studio previously. If you wanted to know about that, you can go to that video. So I will explain in detail how to install and use Visual Studio and create templates. So I'm taking a console application for our demo. This is the recent projects, so it will show there. So if you could double click, it will automatically create. So let me copy sample code here. So this is the basic details. So if you wanted to learn more on lists, so you can find it in Microsoft website. So this is a code. So what it is I am creating a list the names. So here if you see that generic list, so I wanted to store only string value, so that's where I created a initially string. So from there it is going to take all only strings. So these things we can call it as a type safe. So if you wanted to access the first name, so we have either meant you have to use curly brace, square brackets, and so I'm going to get that first name that's called Elise. So the index, if you see that index, we can access the elements by index. So index start from 0. So if it is 0 means the first element, that is Alice. If you mention 2, 1, it's going to be Bob, and 2 means Charlie, and 4 means David. So that how we can access the elements. And if you wanted to remove, then we have the remove method. So if we pass the item to that, so it automatically remove from there. Let me see how it is. Console that read line. It's toast. Sorry, so I have to write console right line, and we can also see of names. So if you print this, let me see how it's going to be. So it's going to add print the first name, also remove the pop from the list, and the same thing I'm printing in console. Let's see that how it's going to be output. So I put the debug. So let me run that. You see that first name is, and so if we wanted to print a complete list in the console, then we have to do string. Let me see how it's going to be right for the debug. So let me run again. So I'm printing this way. So if you use direct object, so it's going to return the type of that. So if you see that there is no Alice, there is no Bob here because it has been removed, and this is the final one after we update, after we add and remove. So only Alice, Charlie, and David. So that's how we can use lists, and there is a plenty of advantages and methods. So as I mentioned, if you see the Microsoft, I will show you that link. You can read, get most details from there also. Let me go for dictionary now. So list is done. Let me. So this is called a dictionary. So what is a dictionary? It's a key value mapping, and so it offers lookup performance by key. So if you wanted to access value, you have to provide the key, then it will get the value. Key must be unique. The key must be unique. Avoid if order matters and duplicates are needed. So if you wanted to make a order and as well as duplicates, so dictionary won't accept that. So I will give more one. So this makes data retrieval incredibly fast. Actually, dictionaries are retrievals is incredibly fast, often close to constant time complexity. You can see that code sample. We map the integer ID to string role. We can instantly retrieve admin users just by asking the key. So this is the code example I will show here. So this is the code example. You see that I created a dictionary. This is also generic dictionary. So I'm mentioning key as integer and value as a string. So here I am adding my roles. That is 101, 102. 101 is admin. So if you wanted to just to get the value from dictionary, you just need to pass the key. This is the key. So if I write console, so console readline, if you see that you should get admin users. Let me run this how dictionaries works. See, it is the incredibly fast and it's key value pair, and by default it won't maintain ordered, and the incredibly fast. So and it won't allow duplicates also. So based on your requirement, we can use dictionaries. And next topic we are moving is HashSetT. So this also supports uh, generics. So what is the HashSetT? HashSetT is a perfect for when you must guarantee that every item in your collection is unique. If you try to add a duplicate item, HashSetT simply ignores it. So whenever we have a scenario, we want to maintain unique use of values and there's no duplicates we want, then HashSetT is a perfect. So it stores unique items only, fast for membership checks and set for operations, unordered collections, and avoid when order or index is needed. So in these scenarios, we will go for HashSetT. Use this for scenario like tracking unique user IDs or tags. So different scenarios we can use. One is for tracking user IDs and tags, or when you need to perform very fast checks to see if item exists on large. Suppose if I have a large list, if I wanted to check whether the item available in the list, and also we don't want duplicates, in that scenario we can use. This is a sample. So this is how we need to create a hash set. Is accept only strings, and I'm adding unique item. I'm adding one more value to this hash set, and I'm also adding another one with the duplicate. And if you see the final one, whether it has the value or not, let me see console dot write line content programming. We will see that, and also so let me put the debug. This is my hash set. It has a duplicates. C# is duplicate, and I'm checking whether the item programming having details or not. So if you see the output, so this value added new is saying true, means uh, value has been added properly. Added duplicate, so I try to add the C#, it's already there. So it's saying added duplicates false. That's correct. So it is checking whether the program is having the program item is having unique tags. It says true. So so this how we can check whether items available, item added or not. And if you want to see the values, the last time I have mentioned we have IntelliSense and to, so this how we can see when we debug, we can see the on fly what are the values are having final value. See that C# program, and so this is we can access by index 0 or 1. Yeah, this is the use of hash set. So let me proceed for another one. What is the another one? Is the queue. So it's interesting. So if you want queues, mostly we will come to know FIFO, LIFO processing with the two separate visual methods. These are two separate, and queue and as well as stack. So stack, queue and stack. So queue and stacks are special because they enforce specific processing rules. Queue is FIFO. Queue support FIFO, first in, first out. Think if it think of it as a line that grocery store. The first person in line is the first person to serve. So whoever comes for the first is going to out for the first. So that's how it's a queue. So if one person coming store, then they will purchase everything and proceed, they will come out. That is the first FIFO. queue. So what is a stack? So last in first out. So stack is for LIFO. I mean last in first out. This is like a stack of plates. If you take a top plate off, which was the last one you put in. Yeah. So like if you place the plates one by one, the first one is going to be down, right? So the second one on top. But whichever we put the last, so that item is going to pick, right? So that is the last one first out. So stack of plates example. So this is the called about stack as well as queue. So for example, if you see here, I'm creating queue list as int. So if you wanted to get value from queue, so if you wanted to add value, p dot nq1, p dot nq2. If you wanted to remove that, p dot dq. So this how we can get the value. So same for the stack also. So let me go to Visual Studio. I am having example stack as well as queue. Uh, Last page first task. So you see that code as sample queue and as stack. So this is first in first out. I have created a queue and I'm adding values. This is the first one I'm adding. So when I'm trying to get value, so this how I can get the value from the queue. So if I do this, so queues support FIFO first in first out. So I should get the 10. So this because I added 10 as a first. So when it's come to LIFO stack, so this is the item I added last. So when I did that pop, so I should get pop because stack supports LIFO. So this is a perfect example. I hope you got it. What I'm trying to say. Let me run. So you see, right? So my first base B is the stack. Base B is the stack, and 10 is the queue. So I hope you understand this well, right? Um, so now we'll move for another one. Concurrent bank. I think I have given a lengthy session about concurrent bank. So it's a collection. It's a thread safe for parallel task. So I have created video. You can see that it has a full. I have explained with full example how to do that. And the more benefit about is a thread safe. So for parallel connection, if you are building complex multi-threading and parallel applications, you need to concurrent collections. These are the thread safe versions of others. Using standard list in multi-threading scenario can lead to crashes. If you use multi-threading scenario list, so it will crash. But concurrent queue and concurrent dictionary handle multiple threads access data at the same time safely. So in that scenario, we should use this. So I'm having a code example. I'm not going for lengthy here. So this is the code to create a concurrent dictionary. This just for same how we'll create a dictionary, and this also is same, but it supports multi-threading. There's no, different way of working is completely same, but only for how it's working is different. So this is the concurrent dictionary, and we have concurrent bank also. It's a list. So if you want to create a multi-thread supports multi-threading list, use concurrent back. So we reached the final. This is a same we have the concurrent bag. This is the concurrent bag. This is the concurrent queue. This is the concurrent dictionary. So we reached the final summary. So summary is remember right tool for. So you need to remember what list we need to use for which scenario. So that is the most important. You need to remember. So list for ordered and duplicates allowed. Dictionary fast lookups by key. Unique queue items only for HashSetT. And FIFO order processing for queue. LIFO order processing for stack. Concurrent collections thread safe for parallel task. So always choose the based on access pattern, uniqueness, and thread safety needs. I hope you understand I, um, this video in detail, and thank you for watching and learning. So please be master your collection and write smart C# code, the right tool for the job. C# collections. Thank you guys.